Hello everyone, my name is Marissa and I'm your Juvenile Services Librarian. This week I'll be reading some stories to you about our theme, inspirational. In this case, inspirational means things like perseverance or encouraging you to do things that you maybe didn't think you could. So we'll read some stories about characters who had some troubles of their own. After I finish reading our stories, Racheal will come on here and show you your craft for this week. The first book we're going to be reading is called Bim Bam Bop and Una, written by Jacqueline Briggs Martin, illustrations by Larry Day. Una, short legs, big round chest, flat feet, legs for waddling, not running. Bim Bam Bop, long legs, long necks, fast feet, legs for running, not waddling. When the ducks went to the pond, it was always Bim Bam Bop and Una. Una never saw the morning pond smooth as glass. Una never got to the best spot under the willow tree. One day, Una said to Roy, "Last is a blot on my life. I don't feel as big as a duck should feel." "You're plenty big, Una," Roy said, "and you're good with gizmos." Gizmos. Una hatched a plan. With an alarm clock from the cows, a pillow so the others wouldn't hear, and a tangle of string. The next morning, bring, bring, Una scooted out the barn door. Bim Bam and Bop stretched, wiggled webbed feet. Sound asleep, deep, deep, counted sheep. Una out in front, first. Up raced Bim Bam Bop. Good run. Well done, such fun. So it was Bim Bam Bop and Una. Last just drags me down. I don't feel as bouncy as a duck should feel, Una said to Roy. You're plenty bouncy, Una, Roy said, and you're good with gizmos. Una poked around the farm for scraps and built a workout machine. Bim Bam and Bop ran after grasshoppers. Una tried speed waddling. Left leg, right leg, left leg, right leg. One morning, she was ready. But again, it was Bim Bam Bop and Una, who moped back toward the barn, tripped into a tumble, and conked herself with an idea. The next morning, Bim Bam and Bop ran for the pond. Una stayed back, climbing into a basket of fabulous, she had to admit it, gizmo. A gust of wind grabbed the sails and up she went. Ooh-hoo-hoo! The basket rose, and so did Una, flying toward the pond. Go, Una, go! Roy yelled. Whoosh, clang, whoosh. Una, first duck to see patchwork earth from the clouds. 3 tiny runner ducks, long scarf of a river, little plop of a pond. Then Una pulled a string, tilted, and slipped down the branches of the willow tree. She sat in the warm sun, listened to the rustling reeds, and felt just as big as a duck should feel. The runner ducks came breathless down the path. You're the best. We're impressed. One request. Now some days the runners go to the pond and Una stays back, busy with gizmos. Some days she waddles late to the pond. But most days, Bim Bam Bop and Una, also Roy, are headed toward the sky, all along together. Ooh, hooly-hoo. Well, Una was able to figure that out, wasn't she? Our next story is called Izzy Gizmo by Pip Jones and Sarah Ogilvy. Sarah Ogilvy is the one who did the illustrations. Izzy Gizmo, a girl who loved to invent, carried her tool bag wherever she went, in case she discovered a thing to be mended or a gadget to tweak to make it more splendid. But the trouble with things that have dials and switches is they don't always work. They have certain glitches. The T-Mendus, for instance, did such a fine job, till out popped a piston and off dropped a knob. Then the swirly spasgonic, for eating spaghetti, turned Grandpa's wallpaper into confetti. The Beardtastic had Grandpa nearly perfectly styled, till the foam overflowed and the clippers went wild. Well, Isabel, who was so clever and bright, would get rather cross when things didn't go right. And she huffed, "It's too tough, I've had it, I quit." She kicked her invention and called it a twit. Isabel fumed. Grandpa smiled and chuckled. "You can't just quit 'cause that thingy-bob buckled. Now trust me, young lady, sometimes you need to try again and again if you want to succeed." Perhaps Grandpa was right, but still, Isabel sighed. She picked up her tool bag and wandered outside. Kicking the stones on the path as she walked, Izzy jumped at a bump. Up ahead, something squawked. From the clouds a poor crow had taken a tumble and landed kapoof in a feathery jumble. Izzy ran to the vet's, but he just shook his head. "His wing is too broken to fix," the doc said. "Perhaps take him home, and there you could try to teach him to live as a crow who can't fly." Day after day, Izzy thought she had found something fun for her crow to do on the ground, like digging for worms and racing fat slugs, hopscotch and hula, and searching for bugs. But the heartbroken crow simply gazed at the sky as the other birds sang and flew happily by. One night with the crow in the folds of her sweater, Izzy sighed, "Oh, I wish I could make him feel better. I've tried. He won't play, he won't drink, he won't eat." She was so very close to admitting defeat. Grandpa said, "Izzy, don't give up on him now. I know you can do it. Just work out how." Then Grandpa passed Izzy her gadgety things, and she knew what to do. "I'll invent some new wings." Izzy piled up her books and she started to read. Then she made a long list of the things she would need. She searched for some batteries and old electronics, dismantled a mixer and the swirly spagsonic. The crow watched entranced, and he held Izzy's drill, while she bent, bashed, and battered, and walloped until... Ta-da! Izzy fastened the wings with a strap, but they hummed and they twitched, far too heavy to flap. "Ah!" Izzy yelled, "I'm no good at succeeding!" The crow softly cawed, his beady eyes pleading. "What now?" Izzy cried. "Try again," Grandpa said. "Okay, follow me." And with that, off she sped. Izzy dove in a pond where she borrowed a pump. Then she took from an engine 2 sprockets, a sump. Izzy fastened the wings. They were light, they were curvy. But the wings the wrong shape turned the crow topsy-turvy. "I give up!" Izzy yelled with a furious frown. The crow sadly cawed as he hung upside down. Izzy unscrewed the head from the shower, found special circuits to adjust the wing's power, and finally, using her trusty old pliers, she borrowed the motors from 2 big blow dryers. "Yes," Izzy said, "the right shape, perfect weight," but one wing flapped madly. The crow couldn't fly straight. "I've had it," yelled Izzy, heading straight for a bin, but the crow blocked her path. He just wouldn't give in. Izzy twirled and twinkled in using his beak. The tip-tapping crow gave the screws a good tweak. Then he loosened the cog from Grandpa's old mixer. "You can fly!" Izzy cried. "Oh, your name should be Fixer." After 2 loop-the-loops, Fixer came into land and stood happily calling upon Izzy's hand. "You tried very hard," Grandpa said, "and succeeded. You kept at it, Izzy. You did what was needed. But don't pack your tools up. Your day's not quite ended. A few things around here now need to be mended." Do these people look familiar to you? Did she take parts from them to make Fixer his wings? Maybe she'll make her own wings. Well, she, Izzy, had to try quite a few times before she got to it, didn't she? Now, I did want to show you one book that we're not going to read today, but I wanted to show you what it was in case you like some of these characters. This is called You Can Do It, and it's about Sesame Street. It's called A Little Book About the Big Power of Perseverance, and it's all about how some of your favorite characters, Big Bird, Abby Cadabby, the Count, Cookie Monster, and Elmo, get through some troubles of their own. So if you're looking for more books that we're not reading today, this is a good title to ask about. The next book we're going to read is called Pepper and Franny by Catherine Lazar Odell. Pepper is practical and prepared and follows the rules. Franny is fancy and free and follows her own path. Pepper and Franny are best friends and they both love a good adventure. This weekend, Pepper is planning a trip to photograph her favorite wildflower. Franny is looking forward to the weekend too. She is going to Wheels in the Woods, her favorite skateboarding adventure. Pepper packed everything for her trip and is right on schedule. Franny is not. Wait! Pepper is surprised to see Franny. Phew, Franny is in luck. Pepper is going the same way. They hit the road to Wheels in the Woods. When they arrive, Pepper is curious about the festivities. You should stay. Stay. Pepper hadn't planned to stay, but Franny is very convincing. Pepper is mesmerized. She snaps photos of perfect flips, ollies, and tail stalls on the half pipe. Franny goes with the flow of the other skaters. Then Franny has an idea. You should try. Try. Pepper hadn't planned to skate, but Franny is very encouraging. Pepper does not feel confident, but Franny is a good teacher. She waits until Pepper is in the flow and then lets her go. I'm doing it! Pepper is done skating. Franny knows Pepper can do it, so she convinces her to try again. And again. And again. And then... I'm skating! Skate! Franny is stoked to skate with her best friend. Pepper is hooked. Skateboarding is fun. If I can do this, I can do anything. Pepper, let's skate. They shred, leaning into the curves and carving down the rolling hillside all afternoon. Even Franny falls sometimes. And Pepper is a good friend. when she does. You okay? It was another good adventure for Pepper and Franny. You can see they took more pictures. Those are some sweet friends. And the last book we're going to be reading today is called Why Should I Walk? I Can Fly, by Anne Ingalls and illustrated by Rebecca Evans. Why should I walk? I can fly. I've made up my mind to try. Others can do it. My brother's the worst. My sister should try it. I'll let her go first. She did it, she flew, and so can I. But I'm so small and there's so much sky. I hide in my nest, not ready to budge, and then Mother does it. She gives me a nudge. Flying is tricky. Is this a mistake? I went back in my nest. Oh, for goodness sake. I grab for a branch. I grip it. Hold steady. It slips through my feet and I fall. I'm not ready. I'm dropping. Help someone, please. Why can't I fly like those chickadees? I beat my wings. This flying is tough. I rise just a bit, then land in some stuff. Oh no, a cat! He sees me. Good grief. I jump and he misses. Oh, what a relief. I flap and I flutter again and again. I'm tired of trying. I give up. But then, by beating my wings for all that they're worth, I rise up and look down at the earth. I zoom up and down all over the place. I zip along with the wind in my face. Nothing's more thrilling than winging on high. Why should I walk? I can fly. All right, that is our last story for today. I hope you enjoyed them and maybe you feel inspired to go out and try something new or try something again that you previously thought you couldn't do. Up next will come Racheal and she will show you our craft option for this week, and I will see you again next week.
Hi friends, I hope you enjoyed the stories this week. So our theme this week is inspiration. So your printable craft and your curbside craft will be pretty similar. For your printable craft, you have two options. You've got a piece of paper that says always believe in yourself. So these will be just black and white. And you print them out, always believe in yourself, or you've got this option, don't stress, just do your best. So you can choose to do both of them or just one of them, and you just color this week. Pretty simple. This is how I did mine, but you can do yours however you want. And then if you choose the curbside craft, you'll get a fuzzy coloring sheet. So again, it's just coloring, pretty simple, but there are different phrases on here, dream big and make it happen. And then the one I did was make today awesome. So it'll be kind of a surprise which phrase you get, but then you just color in the lines or in the white space here, and then that's your craft for the week. So we hope you enjoyed stories and crafts, and we'll see you next time.